There was a newlywed couple from Fresno that went to Phoenix, Arizona on their honeymoon. God knows why they went there, but they did. While they were there, they went to a piano bar. And the pianist did a song which they really liked. They'd never heard it before. But they asked him to write it out for them because they wanted to make it their song, which he did. Unfortunately, he didn't sign it, so whoever he was, his name is lost in the mists of antiquity. Fast forward to 1954. Couple is living happily ever after. They got a couple of kids. They got a daughter named Katie, who's off in college. A son named Tommy, who's 11 years old at the time. Among Katie's acquaintances were some college guys who were forming a musical group loosely patterned after the Weavers. They took the name of, from the Calypso fad of the mid-50s, called themselves the Kingston Trio. They were among the vanguard of the folk revival of the late 50s and early 60s. Dave Guard, who was one of the founding members of the Kingston Trio, had a crush on our girl Katie. So one holiday weekend in 1954, he and another trio member, Bob Shane, went to Fresno to visit Katie. Now when they got there, she hadn't yet returned from college. She had missed her plane. So the two of them hung out at the house, and Mom and Dad and young Tommy was left up to them to entertain these guys. Well, Mom and Dad knew that Dave and Bob were involved in some sort of musical thing, so they played them some music. Mom played the piano, Dad sang, and among the songs that they did was their song from back in Phoenix 20 years earlier. Now, in a brilliant suck-up maneuver, Dave Guard said, "Hey, that's a great song. Give me a copy of it because I'd like to arrange it for our new group, and if we ever get the chance to make a record, we will record it." Well, history doesn't tell us whether or not the suck-up maneuver was successful. It still was brilliant. But anyway, true to his word, in 1958, on the first Kingston Trio album, the song appeared. Dave Guard had arranged it in the trio's style. It's one of the few songs that was done as a solo. Bob Shane did it as a solo. Dave Guard claimed that he had done a lot of research trying to figure out who originally wrote the song, was unable to come up with anybody to attribute it to, so he put his own name on it, which you can do and get away with it as long as nobody screams. The song became one of the signature songs of the Kingston Trio. It was on their first album, Goin' Places. It was on another album in the early 60s, the flip side of a single in the 60s, and appeared on just about every Kingston Trio compilation that's ever come out. An iconic thing from the early days of folk, of the folk revival anyway. It's called Scotch and Soda.